You are now listening to Mike's Opinion, Logic Unleashed.
That's right. You are now listening to the Mike's Opinion podcast. Thank you so much for listening. How you doing out there today? It's the end of March, y'all, 2021, and I missed you. I hope you're doing okay. Hadn't been too long in between episodes. Hopefully you caught that last episode about NFTs and cryptocurrency. Very interesting. I got a new episode that I'm going to be dropping, part 2 really of that, because I got some new developments coming on that, but I wanted to drop this one first. Today's episode is all about karma and about good versus evil. So that's what we're going to dive into today. But before I get started, how are you? I hope you're doing fine. Hit me up. Let me know how you're feeling. Mike's Opinion Show at gmail.com or any of the socials. I don't really have to say them, but I'm going to say them anyway. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all over the place. Wherever you social at, hit me up there. Or I really like it when you hit me up directly. As all of you that have hit me up, you know, I answer you back relatively quickly. Sometimes it'll take me a few days, but I will get back to you and answer you. So hit me up, Mike's Opinion Show at gmail.com. Again, once again. Mike's Opinion Show at gmail.com. So the pandemic, SARS-2, novel coronavirus, COVID-19, yes, it's still here. But if you go to Miami, or Florida for that matter, nobody cares. Nobody cares because they didn't drove. Spring break was not going to be stopped in 2021. Pandemic be damned. You know what I'm saying? State of emergency, SWAT, rubber bullets, all that, curfews was in full effect down there. But, I heard a couple of people have lost their lives, sadly. Definitely sad to hear that happen as a result of that, especially. But you know how we humans do, right? So I hope you are okay. I hope you're COVID free. I hope you're still wearing your mask. The CDC director, sister, recently said she is worried. She used some really strong language, like doom and gloom language, because she says she sees another surge coming. Now that a lot of these states have, foregone mask mandates, have opened up all businesses fully 100%. A lot of people said it was premature. We're going to see though. We're going to see. But if the numbers are any indication, it's going back up. And I'm not a doom and gloomer. I'm a realist, and I just look at the data. And from what I can tell, it is possible. I don't know. But like I said before in other past episodes, if I'm the decision makers, how long can we keep the economy closed? At some point, we just going to have to say, let the chips fall where they may. Whoever dies, dies. However, if it gets like contagion, and once again, we lose another 500,000 people, because let's keep it 100. 500,000 people just here in the United States have died in the last year because of something COVID related. So I hope that that's not the case. But this is going to be a really serious episode. I try to do a lot of humorous stuff most of the time because I like to contribute positively to planet Earth. And this is still an attempt to do that. But, there's some things that I wanted to talk about today. Two things in particular made me think about this particular episode subject, that being karma. What goes around comes back to you. Real talk. It's balance. It's the universe. It's nature, Yahweh, Buddha, God, whatever you want to call this energy. Whatever you put out is coming back to you, and sometimes it's coming back to you worse. So I stay informed, right? I check out the news on a regular basis. And one of the things that prompted me to think about karma was when I read an article today, y'all, about Lil Nas X and the Satan Nikes. Have you seen this? Were you one of the ones that copped these for $1,000? Because they sold out like that in a snap. You know, and the picture of Lil Nas X with his red hair and the cat eye, you know, contact with his little painted black fingernails. And of course, he's gay. If you want to know how I feel about gay people, I have 2 episodes, Gay, Gay, Gay and Gay, Gay, Gay Part 2. Gay, Gay, Gay Part 2, my wife is in on that. And she represented her people. I'll just put it like that. I love my wife to death. But the first thing I thought when I read this, with the pentagram and the drop of blood, yep, you heard me correct. The drop of blood, the pentagram, the 666 on the side, and a Bible verse, Luke 10:18, listed on the side. The first thing I thought was, if hell exists, that's where y'all going. Y'all are going in there with, as they say, gasoline draws on. Because fundamentally, at the very basic element, lowest common denominator, it comes down to good versus evil. Now, all of us, any of us that could listen to this episode right now in time, okay, and hopefully this goes on forever, and, you know, podcasts will have a museum or something, and this can live on because it's really, you know, like books are. This is a vocal library and almost time capsules of the time. And a lot of people are adding video to their podcast. I haven't done that yet because I'm really not trying to have a TV show, but it may be the natural evolution of things. I don't know if I'm going to choose to go that route. I'm really not trying to be famous, but how can I have my podcast blow if I don't acquire some level of fame? I enjoy my anonymity. Anyway, I digress as I normally do. But the photograph for this ad campaign, for this very apparently successful Nike campaign, the Satan shoe, is a red background with Lil Nas X holding the shoe up to his head, blocking one eye. The other eye is looking at you with a cat eye look like, or a devil eye, if you will, with his, like I said, his painted black fingernails, and the shoe at a profile where you can see the pentagram, you can see the 666, you can see the Luke 10:18 Bible chapter and verse number on the side. What you can't see, what you don't know, is that there's a drop of human blood inside the sole mixed in with some ink. Now, I don't know about you. I don't know who you believe. I don't know what you believe in. But something I think we can all agree on. There is good and there is evil. We've only been on this planet, anybody that can listen to this today, right now, the average lifespan, 60 to 80 years, depending on your gender, male or female. You know, the oldest person I think is about 118. So shout out to the 118-year-old. If you happen to be listening to the Mike's Opinion podcast, thank you very much for tuning in. However, history of this planet, the history of this planet is still being unearthed. This planet has been inhabited by human beings and intelligent people seemingly for millennia based on things that we are finding. If you go back, y'all, who started this? Who made this? Was or is the Bible, Holy Bible, Christianity, is it true? Is there an entity, all-knowing, so very powerful we can't comprehend, and one of his fallen angels fell out of favor with him and despised God and is called Lucifer or Satan or the devil? Have you ever felt that evil within you? I often wonder, like these shooters, like the shooter, little 21-year-old man that, a lot of people say kid just because they're older. That's a grown ass man. He's 21. You're grown now. Who went and shot up the, Asian massage parlors in Georgia, in the Atlanta area. Is he feeling evil? Is he compelled by evil? Is he driven by evil? Is he controlled by the devil? We all know that there are Satan worshipers out there. Okay. I can only speak from my own personal experience. And I can share with you my personal beliefs based on my beliefs and my experiences. And I wholeheartedly believe that there is good and there is evil. And it comes in many forms and shapes. So the main theme and the main question of this particular episode, and I will vary all over the place, and I will come back to this question because I don't want to get there just yet. But I want you to think about this question. This is what I'm telling you now. Let's, hypothetically speaking, if there is a conscious entity, if there is a being that is an evil being who wishes to destroy this planet, this earth, and maybe even other planets and other existences. But since we live on earth, what we call earth, let's speak about earth. How do you think the devil or Satan or Lucifer would get to you? How do you think he would get you on his side? Huh? What could he get you to do? What would you do or accept? Like some people, you heard the saying, he sold his soul. Like some people wish so badly for fame and fortune that they don't care that at the end of that ride, the cost is their soul in hell. And it is my belief that hell is not filled with volcanoes and brimstone and fire. I think it's the direct opposite. When they say hell is hot, you ever been so cold you get burnt? You ever heard of frostbite? I think hell isn't a warm, hot, volcanic place. I think hell is freezing cold. I think it's cold. Beyond belief cold. And it's a sustain for the rest of eternal damnation cold. So that's my vision of it. It's dark and it's cold and all you feel inside is absence. Absence of love, absence of warmth, absence of goodness, an everlasting longing, yearning, despair. That's what I see hell is. So once we lose these vessels, if you will, these physical forms, and the essence that is you, the soul, continues on. That's where you go. So when I first saw this picture of Lil Nas X, the very popular homosexual, depicting himself as a Satan, as a devil, immersed in this satanic imagery, unapologetically so. In fact, he defended it. I don't know if he's still defending it, because Nike has come out and said, we're suing the maker of this shoe, who's some independent artist, popular guy apparently, got Nas X to sign on. But when I saw this imagery, the first thing I thought is, this shit gonna come back to get you, man. You living this life. First of all, you gay. And if you don't want to take the time to listen to the episodes, I definitely urge you. Listen to Gay, Gay, Gay and Gay, Gay, Gay Part 2. I'll summarize my stance in saying that anybody can be whoever you want to be. You got to live with the choices that you make. Right? But let's just say I do not agree with it. Now, I am a alpha, hetero, testosterone-filled, natural man. No unnatural testosterone. I'm not getting shots. Middle-aged, as they call it. And, call me old-fashioned. Call me old school. Call me hetero-schmetero. I don't care. I'm me. You're you. I'll do me. You do you. And at the end of life, we'll see what happens. And please, I am not throwing stones in a glass house. I am not without my own karma. Okay? But if I had to assess my life to date, all the shit that I've done has come full circle. I'm clear. My slate is clean right now. So I can live clearly and freely. The scales have been balanced. And that's the way I see it. Okay? Because I really have been a good person. I haven't really done a whole lot of dirt. You know what I'm saying? But the dirt that I have done, that shit has come back. And it's got me. And I've paid my debt. Okay? But how do you think the devil would get to you? Yo, Nas X, I'm asking you. I don't know that my podcast will reach you anytime soon, but if it does, is it all for fluff? Because you look like a person, when I'm looking at this picture right now, like you holding up Satan shoes with blood in them and 666. It looks like you sold out, gay or not. I would say the same thing whether you were straight, bi, gay, tranny, cross-dresser, whatever. It doesn't matter. I would still say these same things because this representation of evil is horrible to me. It's disgusting. It's easy. It's easy to be bad. It's easy to be evil. To immerse yourself and wallow in evilness. You know what I'm saying? I dare to be good. I consciously choose to be good. Take me to the light. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be in the darkness. So, I can't even say good luck with that because I don't wish you luck. I wish you failure. I wish you... No. Let me retract that. I don't wish you failure. What I wish you is enlightenment. What I wish you is a change of heart. Because if you want people talking about you, they're going to talk about this. I guess Old Town Road then faded out. You made a mad amount of loot on that, but is this what you need to do? to stay relevant, to stay hot, to stay in the limelight, to keep people talking your name. I'm talking your name, right? Lil Nas X. And, whatever the dude was, Mischief, MSCHF is the, New York based art collective. And they pimped out these Nike Air Max 97s, and people are talking. So if this is what y'all want, people are talking. And they sold for a price of $1,018, which again is based on the Bible passage from Luke, chapter 10, verse 18. And it reads, I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven. Okay. And, I'm not even going to tell you any more about the shoe. If you want to go check it out, go ahead. Cause I'm not trying to advertise for these motherfuckers. Pardon my French. But I just think it's disgusting. It's repulsive. Everybody wants to choose this negativity and this evil. And we don't acknowledge this existence of the soul and what happens after this life. We think it's over. I don't. I think your essence, it continues, and you're going to pay for the shit that you do here and now on this planet. And evil exists. And if you choose to embrace that shit or allow it to seep in, you're going to come to the day where you have to pay up. Karma is going to get you. Okay? Now, in this particular instance, Lil Nas X is gay. I don't know that he'll ever reproduce. But they often say the daughter pays for the sins of the father. So let's hope the kid don't have kids. You know what I'm saying? Let's hope. Let's hope and pray, because this shit is just, to me, like I said, flat out repulsive. And, karma, like I said, is a real thing. Have you ever had any karma come back to get you and you knew that shit was specifically karma? You know what I'm saying? I've seen these videos on YouTube, like driving videos. I've seen several, but a couple that I come to mind are the driving videos where, somebody's driving and they road raging and they try to cut you off and they're giving you the finger and they rah and all that, right? And then boom, a couple miles up the road, boom, they crash. That's instant karma. I believe one of the things that the devil is doing and has done is create caffeine and how we use it, television. I mean, there's these things that rot our brain, these fucking phones and tablets that are integrated into our skin, almost physically, because they're handheld, right? But everybody's addicted to their phone. Let me ask you a question. When's the last time you took a shit without your phone in your hand? And now, maybe you accidentally left it somewhere or it needed to be charged, but I would dare bet that most of us, and who am I? Like I said, I'm not throwing no stones, because I take mine with me too, but I've lately been making a conscious effort to leave that shit, and I'm just sitting there with my thoughts. I'm old school shitting. You know what I'm saying? Just sitting there, just thinking. And it feels different. My brain actually gets a chance to rest. My eyes get a chance to rest from looking at that light. Cause that shit is backlit like a motherfucker. It's you staring into the light. Okay? So I'm trying to break that particular addiction. You know what I'm saying? But, these things, I'm not trying to judge nobody. I'm not trying to come off judgmental. I'm just telling you how I see it, because karma is real. Balance is real. The scales have to be balanced. But this poor Western diet, these over-caffeinated people, and this is one of the things that I think that's going on with the police force. You know, they get this overtime, this extra. A lot of these kids, or not kids, but a lot of these officers, I'll call them, are, you know, racist and over-caffeinated. Recipe for disaster. Okay? I've seen countless instances of people that haven't slept right, that don't eat right, and all they do is ingest caffeine in the form of energy drinks or coffee or espressos, you know, all these caffeinated things. And over time, that shit, once again, it's going to catch up with you. Caffeine karma. It's going to get you. Eventually. So, karma. What's the definition of karma? Do you know? Let's take a look. Karma. The definition of karma. According to the internet, karma in Hinduism and Buddhism is the sum of a person's actions in this and previous states of existence, viewed as deciding their fate in future existences. It's also destiny or fate, following as effect from cause. That's one definition. According to Merriam-Webster, karma is the force generated by a person's actions held in Hinduism and Buddhism to perpetrate transmigration, and in its ethical consequences to determine the nature of the person's next existence. Huh? So karma has some roots in Hinduism and Buddhism, which they hold the belief of reincarnation, that lives are happening. You live, you come back. You live, you come back. You might come back as an ant. You might come back as a pack mule. You might come back as a human. But even if you don't believe in reincarnation in that sense, and you are a Christian or a Muslim, you have a next life in heaven, right? Or the place they go where they get the 72 virgins, right? So there's a life of some form after this. There's an existence. Your consciousness, your soul goes on. And what you do here is not forgotten. It has price. It has weight. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Karma. Before I move on deeper to the question that I was talking about, that I asked earlier, I wanted to talk a bit about Magic Johnson, our beloved Magic Johnson, right? He's beloved like Oprah. Everybody loves Magic. I don't hate the brother. I don't know the brother. Never met the brother. All I know is the public information that I see. I know that he contracted HIV and AIDS. And I also know his son is no longer a son. His son lives as a woman or tranny or something. I know yeah. So I saw an article about his son, and just like the Nas X visual, the photo, when I saw the picture of Magic Johnson's son, the first thing that I thought, and this was just a natural thought, it's just like, what did Magic do to deserve this kind of shit? Because I know at some point you got to accept your kids for who they are or who they want to be, which may be completely opposite. Because his son is not an NBA player and all that comes along with that. But I just thought to myself, what did Magic do? Did Magic do something really bad? That karma that the world threw AIDS and that kind of son at him? Like, what the fuck? What did you do, Magic, to deserve that? And you seem happy. You're successful. You made a lot of money. You know, I don't follow you that much. I know you was married to some girl named Cookie. I don't know if y'all still married. I don't know. I'm not a fan dude, right? I grew up in New York. I know many famous people. I'm just not that dude. You put your pants on one leg at a time, just like I've never been like, it's him, or her. I can't speak and, nah, cause, hey, Halle Berry, Janet, if I see him, I'm gonna shoot my shot. I'm not starstruck. Never happened. Never happened. Not by one person. So, a lot of people, are influenced or, intimidated by their fame and popularity. But I just wondered, because you're gonna love your child regardless, right? I think. But deep inside, when you by yourself taking a shit or taking a piss, or you just happen to find yourself alone, and even just alone in your thoughts, I ask myself, assuming that Magic has accepted his son and all of that, but at the core, is he like, this motherfucker, like, I raised this kid from birth. Like, where did I go wrong? Why ain't he a baller? Why ain't he a man? I showed him the representation of a man. How come he didn't come out as a man? So, I will reiterate, please listen to my episodes, Gay, 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 and Gay, 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 Part 2, because you will know my opinion about causes of gayness, transsexualness, and cross-dresserness. I think there are specific reasons why, which I will not delve into here. Please go check out the episode for more information. But I thought, man, I was like, yo, what did Magic do to deserve that? What happened to Nas X that he felt he had to represent Satan? That he had to hold it down for Satan, for Lucifer, for the devil, for evil. Like, on blast. Pentagram, 666, drops of blood, Bible verses, like, word? Going out like that? Sensationalism is real. People do sensational shit, outlandish shit, just to get attention. This episode, none of my episodes are to get attention. I don't want fame. Fortune would be cool, but I'm happy without it. I do this podcast to basically leave a audio history of my essence, of my soul, of me. Listen to a couple of my earlier episodes, my introductory episodes. You'll know why I'm different. So I just am doing what the title of this show is, which is why I titled it Mike's Opinion. Because nothing that I'm saying is law. If it turns out to be more of a hypothesis or truthful dialogue, then so be it. But at the end of the day, these are my thoughts, my feelings, and my opinions. If they ring true, if they hit home, if they rattle a cage, if they disturb the peace, so be it. It's not my goal to disturb nobody or nobody's peace. Once again, I'm just trying to contribute positively to the world. And sometimes it requires truth. In fact, for me, all the time, it requires truth. And there is no his truth, your truth, my truth. There is one, and it is the truth. The truth will set you free. Okay? It's true. So I wanted to talk about those two things relatively briefly because I literally could go on and on, but I'm not going to. You get the point. You get the gist of all of that, and hopefully it'll give you food for thought and make you think about your life and the choices that you make. But with karma, can you pay it forward? Can you pay it in advance? Like, if you know you did some fucked up shit and karma's eventually going to swing back around to you, can you beat it and pay for it? Like, can you volunteer at a convent for 3 years and wash that clean? Or does karma have control and say, you don't get to determine when this shit come back to bite you in the ass? That's an interesting question. I hadn't thought about that to just this moment. Can you control your karma? Can you offset your karma before karma takes over and does karma shit to you? You know, or is karma out of your control completely, no matter how much good shit you do to try to offset the fucked up shit you did? Can you beat karma and say, okay, karma, I killed 4 people. And this is an extreme example. Okay. But for the next 30 years, since I never got caught and didn't get incarcerated, all I'm going to do is volunteer and do good shit for the next 30 years. And will that stop your karma from coming to get you? You think so? What you think? You think you can control karma? Hit me up. Let me know if you think you can control karma. Mike's Opinion Show at gmail.com. Mike's Opinion Show at gmail.com. I'd really like to know. So the last thing that I wanted to really chime in today was with that question that I mentioned earlier. And that question is, if the devil targeted you, and I think we're all targeted, right? We've seen those figurative figures on our shoulder, right? One represents good, one represents evil. They're depicted as an angel and a devil on either side. One's whispering in your ear, the other one's whispering in this ear. And, you know, how do you think the devil would get to you? Now, we've all heard stories, and there are books, movies about demonic possession. Now, those are supposed to be demons, which I would imagine are the devil's henchmen. You know, that's the express route to your ass, right? They're not trying to tempt you on no bullshit and gradually rope you in. They just jump into your body. Just say, rah, you know, whatever the sounds they make, and just possess you. But it's my belief, if that's true, that you are of the purest, most innocent soul. And that's how they jump in you. You know, you're more open, you're more susceptible to that. And there's stories out there. My mom has a graduate degree, and like a long time ago, long time ago, she gave me this book, and I don't remember the author, but I remember the title. It's called Hostage to the Devil. And it was a chronicle of several accounts of demonic possession. And she said that book scared the shit out of her because this was not a fictional book. This was a non-fiction book of actual accounts of demonic possession. So there's that. But what would it take for you to knowingly and consciously live an evil life. And once again, like I said, this shit comes in many forms, from abusing your kids to gluttony, the 7 deadly sins, right? But basically, we know we are born inherently with the knowledge of good and evil. We know if we're doing some real bad shit. We know if we're doing some shit ain't right. We also know if we're doing something good. We can feel it from when you young. When you tell that kid, okay, don't go in the cookie jar. Don't get no cookies. And that kid, that sugar is, it's got a grip on them. It's like crack. It's like baby crack. And they gotta have that shit. And they know that cookie is in that jar. And when you turn your back, or you go around the corner, or you go upstairs, or you go in the other room, you hear that cookie jar rattling. And you're just like, I know your little ass is getting a cookie. And they said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to suffer the consequences because I'm going to get that cookie. They know that shit is wrong from young. They know right and wrong. And as we get older and older and older, we learn about more and more things that are right and wrong, right? Okay. And then there's real wrong, like going into a massage parlor and taking your semi-automatic rifle and murdering people. I can't say you could be judge and jury. I can't say you think they had it coming, so you are to do it. I don't know if God whispered in the ear, yo, go murk these people. Go kill these people. I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if the devil said, hey, go kill those people. I don't know. I don't know. My own personal experiences, I have never consciously heard a voice or been directed from either one. If they exist, God or the devil, I have never heard them just specifically, consciously, outwardly just say, yo, Mike, do this. That said, I've known if something that I'm doing is some degree of good or some degree of evil. Bad. I know that. We all know this, right? So, they say this devil, this Lucifer, this Satan, smooth with his, right? And can just throw shit at you. You don't even know it's him. Go eat this. Go touch that. Taste this. Feel that. Drink this. Look at that for hours. Smoke that. Spank that person. Kill that person. Hit that. Real subtle, sometimes not so subtle, real smooth. But what if it was more blatant than that? These choices that are seemingly up to us allow us to choose the good or bad we do. But suppose the devil appeared in the mirror or in your ear, like you just clear as day heard the voice say, I'll give you fame and fortune if you do this. But at the end of the day, I want your soul. I'll give you everything you can ever dream of. But when your life is over, you will be with me for the rest of time, or the lack of time. Eternal. Well, the time does not stop. What would you do? What means could the devil crack your defenses where you say, oh man, I can have that? I'm not going to worry about when I die. I can have that now. What is it for you? Is it money? Is it fame? Is it something physical, taller, smaller, color eyes, strength. Is there anything that Satan could give you that would make you join forces with him? And let me clarify, I am not asking on his behalf. I'm not an agent. This all came about because of the things I told you I saw earlier with Lil Nas X and Magic Johnson's son. Because for me, and I need to be clear about this, fuck you, devil. Fuck you, Satan. And I shouldn't even be profane when I say that. So I will rephrase it. No, Satan. No. You can't have me. I want nothing to do with you. I choose the light. I choose the warmth. I choose good. And I am human and imperfect, but I will try with every breath I have to be good. So I felt compelled to say that shit because, I'm talking about this. What would you do for the devil? I just don't want it to be misconstrued. I'm not talking for the devil. Okay. Like I said, when I saw these things, I'm just like, what, with magic, I'm like, what did you do to get these things, right? Even though you have all this success and publicity, fame and money and whatnot. But with the Lil Nas X, I was like, yo, how are you embracing this? I don't care if you are Christian in church, but this was just something somebody talked you into a publicity campaign for these sneakers and they wrote you a nice fat check. There's no amount of money that could have made me do that. None. And I know you like, yo, Mike, everybody got a price. Not for no shit like that. There is no money. You could say, I will give you $100 billion, 3 private islands, 3 tons of solid gold bricks, governmental power. I don't know, whatever. There's nothing you could give me. God forbid there was a dying, family member, someone that I loved. And the devil said, yo, I got you. I'll take care of that. But you're going to have to represent me till you die. And when you die, your soul is mine. Nope. I'm so sorry. It's going to break my heart. It's going to be torturous. I'm going to suffer greatly at the loss of that loved one or watching that loved one suffer, but I ain't going to do it. I'm not doing it. So how Lil Nas X came to this point in his life unapologetically, because I read the article that he's like, you know what? I'm going to do me, basically is what he said. He's tired of people judging him and whatnot. So all I could say is, God bless you. Okay. And I'm not even 100% that God is real in the form that we know it. I'll just say in Christian form. I know there's an entity that made this. You know why? Because I can't touch a cloud. I can't make a tree. Something made this shit. And this little planet that we live on is one of billions and billions, maybe even trillions of planet. Just in our Milky Way galaxy alone, which is one of many, many galaxies. So I can't touch none of that. Now, mentally, I may be able to remote view or leave my body, perhaps. And by the way, I'm still working on the UFO. I'm working on several series. Working on a hip hop series. I'm working on a UFO series. I've been working on them for months and months and months. And it's when I do have the time to do it. And I want them to be good. I want them to be real good. So Keep checking for that. But, I felt compelled. I felt the need to chime in and drop this episode. I know it's not as light as my other episodes. It's a serious thing. Hopefully it'll make you contemplate and reflect and choose good over evil. Choose good, because if you watch the news as much as I do, some people forget to remind themselves that those are still the minority. Okay. For every bad news story that you see that day, there's 100 great, good, positive stories that are not reported because something's good. We're attracted to bad shit. So there's no good news channel. It's all called, let's watch the news. It's called the bad news. Just for those that don't know. It's the bad news, because that's all they ever fucking report. Crime, death, despair, and destruction. Okay? So, that's what's reported. 99% of the time. But there's a lot of goodness still existing. There's still good people out there. And that is regardless of sexual orientation, preference, religion, color, race, culture, ethnicity, job, appearance. Good comes in all forms. Okay? Believe that. Remember that. Especially if you're in a hopeless situation or a desperate situation or a bad situation, or dare I say even an evil situation, Lil Nas X. For me, I'd like you to publicly say, you know what, I was wrong, and come out with the angel shoe. Come out with just the good shoe. The good shoe. How about that? Can we come out with the good shoe instead of the Satan shoe? The good shoe. Instead of pentagrams, let's put some flowers on that shit. Let's put some, what's good? What's the representation of good? The pentagram's supposed to be bad. 666 is bad. What's a good number? What's the anti-666? Huh? I don't know. Do you know one? Cause I don't know one. Let me take a quick look. Let me see. I'm going to just do a search. What is the opposite of 666? The number 777, apparently. According to the American publication Orthodox Study Bible, 777 represents the threefold perfection of the Trinity. The number 777 is 777 can be contrasted against 666, which is the mark of the beast. So, 777s, y'all, which again makes me think evil. I don't know why, because I think gambling. I think the 777 on the slot machine, which is gambling, and that's horrible. It's fun, but seemingly sinful. But getting up every day is a gamble. Living on earth is a gamble. So, I don't know. 777, y'all. 777s. Let's be good. Let's make up a good one, 000. Huh? The anti-666. And the opposite of a pentagram. Let me see. Let's find out what the opposite of a pentagram is. The opposite of a pentagram is nothing. I don't find anything that's the opposite about that. There's some mentions about the movie The Da Vinci Code. But maybe a halo. A circle. Huh? Maybe that's the opposite. I hope you got something out of this. Lil Nas X, if you do hear this, I wish you the best in your life and your life choices. And I hope you don't burn in hell for representing Satan publicly with blood and pentagrams and the like. I really do. And Magic Johnson, please, I don't mean no ill will towards you and yours. That's your life. I'm not trying to talk ill of your family or your son. I hope you love him. Maybe you've embraced him. I don't know the history of that. I don't know if there is a history. Certainly there is, because he's a public figure. I don't know if you've come to odds with that, but it did make me think today, what have you done to deserve these things? It made me think. So that's it for today, y'all. I really appreciate you as always listening. I hope that you are safe. I hope that you are healthy in there. I'm Mike, and healthy out there. I'm Mike, and you've been listening to the Mike's Opinion Podcast. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much for listening to Mike's Opinion. Logic Unleashed.